Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Or is it afternoon, the time that this video does go out? We're going to listen to Ali McCoist because he's not a happy chap. He's not a happy chap this morning.
The spoils were shared after Celtic came from 2-0 down to snatch a point after Rio Hatate scored a dramatic late equaliser. Wasn't it half? But the real winners of the weekend, I think, were Motherwell and Hearts. Motherwell moved just 2 points behind Celtic after a 2-0 win over Dundee United, while Hearts are now 6 points clear of second place Rangers after a crucial 1-0 win over Aberdeen. Despite their second half fight back, Celtic boss Martin O'Neill spoke to Celtic TV and could not hide his frustration with his team's overall performance.
We were second best to the first ball, second best to the second ball, second best to the third ball. You have to show more determination than that there. You've got to show it. And the game, you can talk to your blue in the face about tactics, about this, that and the other thing. If you don't have that desire to go and play, to go and want to compete, then you're finished. You're finished. But the team have shown this certainly during my spell here. They definitely have shown a determination to go to the end. So you felt as if you just have to bin that first half performance, get started again in the second half. And I think that's what we did.
Well, we certainly did. I'm delighted to see you join us now. 16 major trophy winner with Celtic, former Arsenal West Ham striker, Big John Hartson. John, morning, pal. How are you getting on?
Morning, John.
Morning, boys. Morning.
Great stuff, mate. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us, mate. You obviously watched the game, John. I mean, it was quite incredible in terms of Rangers totally dominated the first half, Celtic very, very poor, and then it just absolutely flipped second half, mate, didn't it?
It did, Ali, and I don't know what Martin said at half-time, but I think he made a couple of decent substitutions.
Yes.
He put Hitati on and Taneki on, and with Hitati, he's not been his scintillating best this season like he was last season, but he seemed to turn it on yesterday and so make the most of his opportunity. Tanaki, we know, brought on as well. He's someone who can run up players and maybe take people on and then, do something different.
John, I've got to say, he's probably the most exciting Scottish Premiership for many, many, many years. I can't remember the last time we weren't talking about Celtic Rangers are going to go and win the league very, very comfortably. But now Hearts have obviously got their lead at the moment. Motherwell are going really well as well. Can they? And with the format in Scotland, everybody's got to play each other still. So it's going to be a hell of a running for both, all the sides involved.
It is, Ray, and I think there's still a few twists and turns to come. The last, they played after 33 games, they go into what you call a split, and all the big teams play each other, the top six. So there's going to be points taken off each one of them teams, if you like. Hearts, for me, have been the most impressive this season.
Yeah.
Under Derek McInnes, they've kept it going. They seem to be nicking games there, like Celtic have done down the years, not playing at the best, but just nicking the game 1-0, not playing great, but winning games.
It's funny, John. I must admit, I was interested to see how Hearts would handle the loss, in particular of Lawrence Shankland and Cammy Devlin. Obviously, two key players for them. But you got to say, mate, they've handled the loss of them exceptionally well.
Yeah, they have, Harry. And right now, they are the team that sit at the top of the league. They're the team to go and catch. They've got the points in the bag. I know Celtic go to Aberdeen on Wednesday, which is another tough game. But if they win that, they go above Rangers into second. And, it's still very, very difficult to call, in my opinion. Nobody can really afford to drop points.
Do you know what's brilliant, John? I was looking at it, and Ray touched on it, talking about Motherwell, right? The run they're on with the new Danish manager that's come in, Askew, has done a phenomenal job. But do you know the one striking thing for me, John, looking at it, you look at the goals conceded, I think they've got the best, or the least conceded the least amount of goals in the top flights in European football, mate. Hearts have lost 24, Rangers 25, Celtic 30. Motherwell have only lost 18 goals, mate.
Wow, that's amazing. That really is. I didn't see that stat, Ali, and when
It's
you
incredible.
think it's incredible, and obviously if you can keep them out, on the back door, then you've got half a chance,
John, it's amazing. We're talking with Steve on earlier on this morning. We're talking about, and he asked me a question, and you know something, mate, I couldn't answer it. I couldn't tell you the last time there was a kind of 4-horse race going into the last 10 odd games in Scottish football. There's always been obviously Rangers and Celtic, generally speaking, have been challenging, and if it's not been Rangers and Celtic, maybe Aberdeen or somebody's been challenging. But all four teams that we've mentioned, I don't think I wouldn't rule Motherwell out. I don't think they'll win it, but you wouldn't be ruling them out, mate.
No, not at all. I think Paddy James McFadden keeps banging the drum for them, doesn't he? But no, it's generally it's been Celtic Rangers for a number of years. In particular, Celtic over the last 10 or 12 years, they've been very dominant, Ali, as you know.
Yeah.
But it's definitely refreshing. It's definitely refreshing for Scottish football. And as you say, mate, it could be any one of the four. I'm with you. I'm not quite sure if Motherwell can claw the points deficit back and eventually go and win the league. But no, it must be very, very exciting for the fans.
That was the big man himself, John Hartson, talking to the green-faced Ali McCoist and giving it pretty much what they thought about the run-in of the season. Have you ever stood in between John Hartson and Chris Sutton? I'll tell you one thing, I did that a couple of months ago, towards the end of last year, and they're some size of lads, the two of them, honestly. I felt like I was tiny in between the two of them. Anyway, we're looking at the table because we are now in the run into the split. They're talking about the fact that teams will take points off each other in the split. We, from a Celtic perspective, play Aberdeen on Wednesday night in the SPFL. That's a game that Celtic are expected to win. I think that we all expect Celtic to win that, and then we'll go above Rangers in the league. And then it's really in our hands to try and push Hearts as far as we can and take points off of Hearts after the split. The cup game will take care of itself this weekend, focusing just on the SPFL Premiership. Obviously, you have the fact that the Motherwell manager has been and watched Celtic a couple of times now, and he'll be thinking, can they do anything against Celtic at Celtic Park? Because March does see us in the running until towards the end of the split in April. So, with that being said, Motherwell must win game for Celtic again. Any drop points, and you'll say that it'll become even more difficult for Celtic. And then we have Dundee United. And we look at that Dundee United game. And these times will be a European time, so don't get too excited about the game times. Dundee United, away to Dundee United, hard place to go. Can Celtic get that? I suggest that Celtic will win that one as well. Dundee, back to Dundee again. Twice in the space of a week, the Dundee pubs will love Celtic fans that week, that couple of weeks. It is a 3 o'clock kickoff up in Dundee for that one. Will Celtic win that one? Stephen Presley's given us a good run-in. He's put a good shift up there in Dundee, but I think Celtic will take that. And then there's the St Mirren one also. St Mirren. Celtic really need to get a win against St Mirren at Celtic Park, and that takes us up into the split. A lot of work still to do. I believe that Celtic still can do it, although trying to make a prediction who will win this league right now is practically impossible. If Celtic get the results that are required against Aberdeen, against Motherwell, against Dundee United, against Dundee, and against Celtic, it keeps us in contention going into the last 5 games. Celtic will have a couple of those games at home and a couple away. We'll wait and see what the outcome of that is. Will Celtic get their usual 2 games at home, or are we due 3 games this season? Anyway, on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.